everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Mademoiselle Lynna, and you can find me online at www.scottishsunflower.com. Today we are here to do the Aquarius Geomantic Shield Spread for January 2023. Now, I have gone ahead and rolled the dice and got the figure for the mothers. So if you will bear with me just a little bit, I will go ahead and fill in the other figures in the other houses, and we will get right on with the reading. So give me just a moment here. I may be a little quiet, but I promise you I'm here and we will continue. All right, so off we go. Okay, I do apologize if you hear me sniffling. Allergies are really bad today. So, but regardless, we are going to carry on. All right, so let me just blow this up here a little bit so you can see a little better. In this first house, this house is about the self, how you are, what the real you is like, what you are on the inside. Okay, and that's as of right now, because this reading is for the entire month of January. I do, the name of this particular figure is Conjunctio. And I do want to point out a couple little things here. If you'll notice, you have a point here, a point here, a point here, a point here, and then right in the middle here. And what that creates is this crossroads. And that's what Conjunctio is. It's a combination of forces and interaction of things, but it's also a signal of, kind of being stuck, not knowing which way to go. And it's like you have outside forces that are affecting you, and that is why you're kind of in this position. It's like, it's not just, you're not focused on one thing, or, well, you could be focused on one thing, but there are several different things coming at you, and you're like, which way do I go? I don't know which way to go. This also could be an interaction with yourself. Maybe you're getting some therapy and you're really trying to work on yourself and talk to yourself, do daily affirmations. Because a lot of this is communication, exchange, and intellect. But right now it looks like, as far as yourself, it looks like there's a lot in play here. And that's not necessarily for the bad. Some of it is for the good, because like I was saying, it does show that, you're trying to get some help, you're working on yourself, you're interacting with yourself, and good things are coming. It's just right now, we're kind of taking a break to figure out which way we want to go, what path we want to take. And that's perfectly fine. house number 2 is about your money. It's property that moves, any income. It could be theft, it could be profit and loss. It's personal resources, just any kind of resources at all. Anything that builds equity. And once again, here we have conjunctio. So this could be saying that you're at an impasse about what you want to do with your life. It's like a spirit saying somebody's robbing Peter to pay Paul. I know that one all too well, and let me tell you, don't be ashamed. You got to do what you got to do. But in the meantime, take care of your business, but try not to let it happen again. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, but as far as the money goes, it kind of looks like we're at an impasse. It may be, do I take this job or do I take that job? I really hate my job. Do I want to quit? The answer to that is absolutely not. Do not quit your job until you have another one already lined up, because you don't want your income to become like a water faucet and just be pouring out and nothing coming in at all. All right, let's keep going. We're going to move over here to house number 3. This is a house about your siblings, your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters, immediate surroundings. It's like taking a journey less than 200 miles. It could be your education up through high school. News, rumors, could be little voyages, letters, personal communication, means of transportation. So this could talk about your car. And also means of communication. Okay, and what we have here in this one is carcer. So even though you have family around you and friends around you, carcer is telling me that there's a lot of isolation going on, a lot of restriction, binding, kind of feeling almost like you're being imprisoned. Also, there's some delay. So if you was wanting to take this little voyage or maybe get a new car, I do see that there is a delay in that happening. This is only for January, so not to worry. It just, everything happens in the exact time that it's supposed to happen. So, okay. I hate that you feel like you're in prison around your neighbors and your family, though. That kind of sucks. Maybe they just got on your nerves and pissed you off during the holidays and you just don't want to be around them. I get it. Totally understandable. All right, let's keep moving. All right, house number 4. House number 4 is about land. It could be about your father. It could be about moving. But it's about the actual property, the building, the city, the town, and moving. It's about, unknown objects, ancient places and things that it could not only mean your father, but also maybe like your grandfather. Sometimes this particular house relates to our ancestors. Even though there is a house specifically for ancestors, sometimes this house does talk about ancestors, especially when that ancestor comes through is your father or another male figure that is close to you. This is about security as well. And okay, the figure that we have here is the dragon's head. And I want to show you a little something about the dragon's head. Let me just change my color here. I want you to look at this line here as a doorway, right? And these little dots are footprints. Now you see how these footprints are leading into the door. That's telling me that there's new things coming. There are new beginnings. If you are looking to move and you've been trying to find a place to go, you're going to find a place, okay? It's coming. It's going to be there. So whatever it is, as far as those kind of assets, if you're thinking about moving to a new city, then yeah, that's exactly what that is. It depends on the situation and the person, because this is a general read for, 100,000 people are going to watch this video. So, I mean, it could have many different meanings to many different people. It depends on what you have going on at the moment. If you have, it could be a younger person whose mother is getting married and a new father steps in. Okay, that was interesting, Spirit. That was interesting. All right, let's keep moving. We're going to go over here to house number 5. Now, this is the house of crops, children, pleasure, luxury. Now, when I talk about crops, let me just change the color here. When I talk about crops, back in the day, because geomancy is a very, 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 very old divination system, back in the day, people used to judge their wealth and their prosperity by their crops. The bigger the harvest, the wealthier you are, the more prosperous you are. But this is really, if you're wanting to go out and just have a good time, this is the house of pleasure. This is also the house of fertility and pregnancy. All right, and in this house, the figure that we have is called Albus. Now, Albus is peace, it's wisdom, it's purity. It can be weak and need help from others, but it's okay to get help from others every once in a while, because we all need a little help from time to time. But it's quiet progress. It's just like going back to the crops. First thing you do is you poke the hole in the ground, and then you drop the seed in, then you cover it up, and you put fertilizer on it, you water it, it gets sunshine, and you nurture it, and it grows. So this is the very beginning, okay, of something, whether it be pregnancy, whether it be that, hookup that you've been looking for. The seeds are being planted. We're at the very, very beginning stages, okay? But also, and for the crops too, your prosperity is coming. You just have to be very patient and wait it out. It's quiet progress. All right, let's keep going. We're going to move over here to house number 6. Now, in this house, we have the figure of poor. Actually, let me tell you, this house is people, pets, and illnesses. It can be employees. It can be people in service. It can be practitioners of magic, not you, but someone else who practices magic. Of course, domestic animals and health and necessary work. Now, poor is a very masculine energy. It's a very, very passionate energy. It's like a force to be reckoned with. It's sudden change, energy, will, transformation, all these things, right? Okay, so it is traditionally unfavorable. So really, look, here I am with all these freaking allergies trying to do this reading, and I'm about to tell you, make sure you're taking your vitamin C and drinking plenty of water, because not only is it allergy season, but people are also getting upper respiratory infections, the flu, the common cold. Just, take care of yourself. Make sure you take your multivitamins so that you don't fall down with illness, because it is a sudden change. It's going to come on and it's going to hit you hard. And but though I don't see anything really serious, this is not something very, very serious, but also watch your pets. Make sure they're drinking all of their water as well. Even though it's not hot outside, our animals really need to stay hydrated all the time, so we really, really need to watch out for that, okay? Alright, so there are a few warnings there in house number 6. Just take care of yourself and your loved ones, including your fur babies. Now, over to house number 7. This is the house which we commonly referred to as the romance house. It's about partners, contracts, conflicts, different things like that. And once again, we have Pur, this masculine energy that comes in like a force. It's sudden change. All right, so if you've been praying or chanting for a partner, here's your masculine energy coming in, and it's coming in quick, okay? Also, though, you notice here, it's also about conflicts. So just watch yourself as far as that. If you have been seeking a partner, your partner's coming. All right. Contracts. If you're buying a house, if you're buying a car, if you're starting a new business and you have a partner, these things can be coming in a lot faster than what you anticipated. So just be aware that, and be prepared. All right, let's keep moving over here to house number 8. Now, this is the house, when I was talking about earlier, this is the house that I myself dedicate to the ancestors. This house is about death, ghost, magic, and cycles. Now, this is magic that you do, okay? And in this particular house, so sorry, excuse me. We have Fortuna Major. This is probably the best figure in all of the figures of Geomancy. This is power. This is stability, inner strength, great fortune. It can be a very difficult path, but it unfolds naturally. There's kind of like a balance to it, even though, you got these points here. So it looks like you're on the road, and then the road forks, and you can go either way. And so that's kind of what makes it a difficult path. But it's no, you don't have to climb a mountain to go this way, and you don't have to swim across the river to go that way. It unfolds naturally for you. So that's really a good thing for you. But yeah, it's greatness, a lot of success. This is the sign of a lot of Leos. If you do want to work with your ancestors, I would say January is the month to do that, because it's a very, very powerful time for the ancestors, for ghosts, for deaths, for magic, and for cycles. And, a cycle, it could be a cycle of life. Also, the cycle to, if you've got spells that you've been working, if you have spell jars you've been working, or something that you've been working, it may also be the time. It'd be a very good time actually for you to go ahead and renew those spells. Either throw them out or renew them, because I feel like for some of you, you've done some work in the past, and then it's just kind of sitting there. So now might be the time to renew that. Okay. Let's keep going. We're going to go down here to house number 9. This is our house of travel, okay? This is traveling over 200 miles. This house also has to do with spirituality, and it has to do with divination. A lot of times in my circle, it seems like when we travel, we are traveling for something spiritual or divination related. That's just the way it works in my little thing here. But in this particular house, we have populace. Now, populace generally means a lot of people, but it also means stability. It's patterns of experience that have no focus on their own, but responds to energies from outside and others. You may want to take time to take quiet reflection, because that is telling me, that when it responds to energy outside of yourself and from others, is that you go along with the crowd because you think that's what it's expected of you. You've actually been told that's what expected of you. Oh, let's go do this because that's what we need to do. And then you're like scrounging around trying to figure out if you can get days off from work and if you can really afford to go. Okay, take the time, do a little quiet reflection, and do what's best for you. Don't let others decide what you're going to do. Okay, moving on, we're going to go over here to house number 10. This is the house of your career and your reputation. This could also be about your mother. All right, so we're going to change the color here. Now, you remember, where was it? Right here, we had the dragon's head. Well, this one is the dragon's tail. So see, you have the doorway here. And you have the footprints walking out the door. This is very much like the Eight of Cups, walking away from something. So you may be thinking about walking away from your career or your job, or, changing paths. As far as your reputation, it's almost like, not that it doesn't matter, because it does matter, but more like you just don't give a shit anymore what anybody else thinks. And they're also bringing up that it could be about your mother. So maybe your mother walked away, or you're walking away from your mother. There was some kind of conflict there. Okay, anyway, like I said earlier about your job, if you are contemplating walking away, make sure that you have something else lined up before that happens. I really don't want you to get stuck. That's not a good place to be. Alright, we're going to move ahead to house number 11. This is your house about environment, family, friends, health, hopes and wishes. This is what your unspoken question. This is a burning question that you really have, that you come on here hoping to get the answer to, even though you never really asked it. And the figure in this house is Via. Now, Via is kind of like static electricity, okay? She is change in all forms. I say she. I don't know why I call Via a she, but I get that she's a she. You know how static electricity just kind of crackles. It's constantly moving. Well, that's what Via is doing. It looks like a straight line, but I really feel like it's like a crack, 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 crack. Squiggly line, like that electricity. It's receptivity, it's flow, it's intuition, it's cyclical change. But I will tell you too that Via is also very shy and sensitive. Yeah, the colors for Via are white with blue, which it perfectly matches to like static electricity. So, as far as your unspoken question, I would wait for things to become more stable, because things are not stable right now. There may be a little static going on with your friends, or with your family, or your environment. Also, as far as hopes and wishes, I'm really picking up more of goals, like goal-related things, and you feel a little flustered because maybe you didn't meet your goal by the end of 2022. But guess what? We got all of 2023. Don't worry about it. Things happen when they're supposed to happen. Don't stress yourself out over things you cannot control. Do what you can do. Do it to the best of your ability. And you know what? You made progress. And that's the most important thing. You made progress. Right now, like I said, things are kind of crackling and not really stable, but that's okay. You did make progress. Alright, let's keep moving. We're going to go over here to house number 12. This is a house about restrictions, debt, secrets. And in this house, you have the dragon's tail again. Oh, that's very good, honestly. Okay. So here you have the door. You're walking away from something. All right, so let's walk away from those restrictions. Let's walk away from that debt. Let's walk away from those secrets. Actually, let me think about this. Because the dragon's tail, yeah, it's walking away, it's an ending, it's completion, it's letting go of the past. Oh man, this is really good. Even those things that you kept, we're talking about secrets now. I'm feeling like those are secrets, not necessarily like, so-and-so said so-and-so. It's not like that. I'm getting more that it's luggage, it's crap that you've kept inside yourself. You're finally able to release that. Let it go. A huge thing is letting go of the past. It's in the past for a reason. Leave it there. Okay. I'm just going to say this because I heard this on a movie and it just stuck with me. And it has nothing to do with this house, but I don't know why it's coming to me, so I'm going to say it. But anyway, it says, because I was talking about letting go of the past. So, taking back the past, whether it be a relationship, an old job, whatever it means, taking back the past is like putting on dirty underwear after taking a shower. You are beyond that. You are beyond that. It's in the past for a reason. Leave it there. Bye. See you later. Gone. Boo. All right. So let's keep going. Now down here, we are going to round off this reading with a little past, present, and future. All right. So here in the past, we have Dragon's Tail. That's a perfect place for Dragon's Tail. It's endings, leaving things in the past. So once again, that reiterates, leave the past in the past. Because in the present, you have Via. Now, like I said earlier, Via is all that static. So right now, things are kind of buzzing around you and nothing's really stable. It's just like boom, 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 boom. All right, and in the future, here, let me change my color back. In the future, what we have here is, oh my God, Tristitia. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I really want you to pay attention because I've reiterated this and I've said it several times, and I really feel like this is the point that we're trying to drive home. Leave the past in the past. Because if you don't, in the future, right now, you are showing Tristitia. Tristitia is sorrow. It's a downward movement. If you look here, let me just trace the points. You see how that makes like an arrow point going down. We don't want that. It's lowered spirits, lowered vitality, lowered expectations. You can become really stuck. So even though things are a little fuzzy over here with VI, don't revert back to the past. Leave it in the past. That's where it belongs. Done. Over. Move forward. Because you've got so much going for you. I mean, this was not a bad reading at all. You've got Fortuna Major. You've got Albus, which is a full cup. You've got, you got some changes coming in. New beginnings coming in. I mean, you've got a lot of support around you. Things are not as bad as you may think they are. So just hold on, because everything will get better. But please, I'm going to say it again. Please leave the past in the past. It's there for a reason. Okay, Aquarius, I hope that you have enjoyed this reading and that it will lead you and guide you throughout the month of January. If you did enjoy the reading, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Alright, guys. Talk to you later. Love you bunches. Bye-bye.